the queen who saved her nation. The story of Esther. In the land of Persia, ruled by the mighty king Ahasuerus, there was beauty, wealth, and power, but also pride, jealousy, and hidden danger. And in the midst of it all, God was preparing a woman who would rise from an orphan to a queen, and from a queen to a deliverer. Whispers from the crowd spread news that the king is hosting a feast lasting 180 days, with all the princes and nobles in attendance. King Ahasuerus proclaimed joyfully, "Let there be joy in the land. For 7 days more we shall drink and celebrate. Send for Queen Vashti. Tell her to come and show her beauty before the princes," King Ahasuerus commanded. "My lord, the queen refuses to come," the messenger reported, trembling. The crowd murmured in shock, saying, "She disobeyed the king, and no woman has ever done such a thing." King Ahasuerus, furious, demanded, "What shall be done to the queen who refuses the king's command?" The advisor, bowing, advised, "Let her be removed, O king, lest every woman in the land despise her husband." And so, Queen Vashti was cast away, and a new search began for a woman who would wear the crown. Among the captives in Shushan was a young woman named Esther, an orphan raised by her cousin Mordecai. She was beautiful, but her beauty was more than skin deep, It was grace, wisdom, and purity. By order of the king, all fair young maidens are to be brought to the palace for the selection of a new queen, the messenger announced officially. "Go, my daughter. Hide your kindred. Do not reveal that you are a Jew," Mordecai said lovingly. "If it be God's will, he will go with me," Esther replied softly. While others sought beauty and luxury, Esther sought favor and grace. The keeper of the women, Haggai, looked upon her and was moved. "Bring her the best oils and garments. Let her have her choice of jewels," Haggai said, smiling. The crowd whispered curiously, "Who is she? There's something different about her." "What is your name, fair maiden?" King Ahasuerus asked gently. "I am called Esther, my lord," Esther replied, bowing. King Ahasuerus smiled and declared, "The crown shall rest upon your head. You are queen." But in the shadows walked a man named Haman, proud, cruel, and filled with hatred. When Mordecai refused to bow before him, his pride turned to rage. "Who is this Jew that dares dishonor me? I will destroy him, and all his people," Haman exclaimed furiously. With a deceptive tone, Haman told the king, "O king, there are a people scattered among the provinces who obey not your laws. It is not in your profit to let them live." King Ahasuerus replied indifferently, "Do what seems good to you." And so a decree went forth that all Jews should be destroyed. Mordecai cried out, "My people are doomed. Esther must know. If I go before the king without being called, I could die," Esther said, worried. The messenger replied seriously, "Mordecai says, 'Think not that you shall escape in the king's house. Who knows whether you are come to the kingdom for such a time as this?'" Esther responded firmly, "Tell Mordecai, gather all the Jews, fast for me for 3 days. I will go unto the king, and if I perish, I perish." The crowd whispered apprehensively, "She has come uninvited, and, if the king is angry, she will die." King Ahasuerus said, concerned, "What is it, Queen Esther? What is your request? Even to half the kingdom it shall be granted." Esther replied gently, "If it please the king, come this day with Haman to a banquet that I have prepared." "Now, my queen, what is your petition?" King Ahasuerus asked, curious. "O king, if I have found favor in your sight, let my life be given me, and the life of my people. For we are sold to be destroyed, Esther replied, tearful. "Who is he that dares presume in his heart to do this thing?" King Ahasuerus demanded, furious. "The adversary and enemy. Is this wicked Haman?" Esther declared, accusatory. And in that moment, the trap Haman built for Mordecai became his own downfall. The crowd shouted joyfully, "Long live Queen Esther, and God has saved his people." Mordecai expressed his joy, saying, "Truly, God turns mourning into dancing." Because of one woman's courage, a nation was saved. Because of one act of faith, the enemy's plan was destroyed. And her name, Esther, lives forever as a testimony that God can raise anyone for such a time as this. To you, Lord, belongs the glory. You lifted an orphan and made her a queen, Esther said softly. The story of Esther reminds us, when you walk with God, even in silence, He is moving behind the scenes. He turns ordinary lives into vessels of destiny. He turns fear into faith and crowns the humble with victory.